All right, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time tonight to join us for our Team Call Tuesday. We're going to kick it off with Jen. She is going to start talking about, we have a free group that's getting ready to kick off. And so she's going to share that opportunity with us. And then we'll start talking about sharing some more information about 9-Week Control Freak and the launch and how you guys can use that to push your businesses forward. So Jen, go ahead.
All right. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? We're good? Everybody ready for bed? Doing okay? All right. So I'm really excited to tell you about this free group because if you who are not ready to commit, people that maybe you're afraid to ask for the full thing, this is a great thing to invite them to because it's totally free and they get a great view of what our groups are like, what our programs are like, what our holistic approach to health and wellness is like. So as a team, we are going to be running a free group the 14th through the 18th, which is a Monday through Friday, so next week. And we will have posts the Friday, Saturday, Sunday right before that. But the group will run 5 days. In those 5 days, it's the name of it. What is the name? Total Control Test Drive. Sorry, that one is like, gets lost in my mouth somehow. But the idea is they're gonna get a view of what it's like. They're gonna test drive being in your group, but they're also gonna get a sneak peek at the 9-Week Control Week. 9-Week Control Freak program. So the way that the group is kind of set up is that there will be a 5-day workout plan, all autumn workouts. So they kind of get to know her a little bit and her style of training. And so every morning there'll be a post and it will basically say, hey, here's your workout for the day. Check in with us. There's a little motivation, a little talk about why various facets of what we do are important, why rest is important, why eating healthy is important, why getting your workout in is important, drinking your water is important, all those things. So the things that we do in our groups, they'll get to have a piece of that in the morning. And then in the afternoon or evening, we will be sharing a little bit specifically about the 9-Week Control Freak program. So not only will they get a sneak peek into what our groups are, they're going to get a sneak peek into this program, because the idea is at the end, if they like it, if they feel like the accountability was helpful, the workouts were fun and easy, great to do them at home, they're going to get a 5-day meal plan that they can work with. So if at the end of it all, they want to jump in, how awesome that this group is going to end right before the customer launch of 9-Week Control Freak gets started with this amazing package, do this program. Kind of the idea. Now, there might be someone who goes through all this and is like, I love the accountability. The meal plan's awesome. I love this, the focus on rest. I love how you talk about just general wellness and nutrition and we're not counting calories. But autumn scares me and it's too much. Great, fine. You still know what our groups are like. And I've got another group for you that's just my general wellness group. So you're going to be able to plug people in, whether it's 9-Week Control Freak, because we are going to focus on that, or if it's or if it's PIO or the 3-week yoga retreat, if they're going to see what our groups are like. So that is the really quick rundown of the free group. The obviously the only requirement for the group is the 2-week BOD trial, because they won't be able to do any of the workouts if they don't have that. Now in the prep posts, there will be, hey, make sure you've got, we'll talk them through how to get the BOD trial. Ideally, if you're talking ahead of time, you can get them set up with that. If you don't know how to do that, you can talk to your upline coach. We can talk you through that. It's super simple. They just have to sign up for the 3-month BOD, and that gives them the first 2 weeks free, and then they can cancel before their credit card is charged. So nothing that they have to pay. They join you, they get a meal plan, they get workouts, they get a view into what our groups are like. The other thing that we're going to be doing is, I had it up here, hold on. We are going to be doing on Sunday, is that right? Yeah, Sunday, both Monica and Jess are going to go live and share some of their meal prep tips, just because that's a big part of what we do. So that's going to be happening. Then there will also be on Thursday, so that's the 17th, we're going to do a cocktails Q&A. So it's just going to be a Zoom call, and we're going to, in the group, there will be a a PDF that's just a few different cocktail recipes. You can make the mocktail if you want, but make a cocktail, make a mocktail, bring your water bottle, we don't care, but show up on this Zoom. It's gonna be a quick 30 minutes where you can ask us any question you want. You can ask us about the program, you can ask us about our groups, you can ask us what kind of leggings we like to wear. Brian probably would love to answer that question. Token guy, sorry. So it's gonna be a quick 30 minutes where we can just hop on a Zoom and we can answer questions. So you guys all have the ability to invite to this. Jess, Monica, Becky, and I are gonna be running the group, but you guys can invite to it. There will be questions that your people have to answer at the beginning that just says, who is your coach? Do you have a 14-day BOD trial? And if you haven't talked them through that, they'll probably just say no, and we'll let them in the group anyways, and they're gonna have to get it, and we'll talk about it in the prep. But the idea is that they have that, and then are you ready to take control of your wellness? And so we'll say, hey, you're not in this group, you have a person in this group, because you know, like someone says, Sarah Schrammel's my coach, and Sarah Schrammel didn't get herself in the group. We're gonna make sure Sarah gets in the group. So all you guys have to do is invite to it, show up in the group as well. Your coach will put the link for the group in your team page so that you can request to join that. I don't think, sorry, I'm looking at my calendar to make sure I'm not forgetting any other really important things, but that's pretty much it. We're gonna try to go live. We're gonna try to tell them about meal prepping, and then we're gonna do that Zoom call. So mark your calendars for next Thursday. We're gonna be doing that.
Can I ask a question about the 14-day free group?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it 14 days or 7 days?
It's 14. Sorry, no. It's a 5-day free group. 14 days
okay.
of BOD is free.
Yeah. Okay, so at the end of that 5 days, are you guys gonna do like the, kind of like we do in the hype groups, like for 9-week control freak, like customer launches on the 21st, or just no, not at all?
So
You know what I mean?
No.
Austin, I'm kind of looking at you. Do you know what I mean?
Jen, she's asking for our final day in our 5-day group, that's our free group, how are we going to then invite our customers who are in that group to what's next? I know what I will say, but I didn't know if you have a post or how that's going to be.
So there's a closing post that essentially says, thanks for joining us. If you want to continue on, we've got this program is launching on Monday. We've got other wellness groups. If this program doesn't seem like the right fit, here's how you cancel BOD if you don't want to be charged, because we do need to tell them that. And then one of the 4 of us, I can't remember who, is going to be going live. Becky is going to go live, and she's going to wrap it up live, because we're going to really make Becky keep it short so people watch it. So they'll have a written post and they will have a live post. I would say that if Becky was on the call, don't worry. And so they'll have 2 ways to see, hey, here's what's next. You can cancel if you hated this. You can do 9-week control freak. You can join us for any other program that's on BOD. Talk with your coach. So we're not going to get into the specifics and the pricing of 9-week control freak, because we don't want to be so specific to that program. We definitely want to talk about it, but it's going to be more of a general close, and then Becky will go live. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and I also think too, that is when you, as their coach, if you have invited people and they are in the group, that's when the end of that, after we wrap it up and Becky goes live, you are messaging your people. If you have 5 people in the group, you are sending a voicemail message to them like, hey, what did you think about the content and the value of the group? I hope you got something out of it. Let's talk about what the next step is. You can either cancel, and then you're having those conversations with the people that you invite into the group. Hopefully that makes sense.
You may want to tag your people in that live video and then give them a little bit and then follow up with them. But yeah, the fruit is in the follow-up. So that's what you're going to want to be doing. And then make sure that your calendar is marked for that Thursday. It's at 8:30 Eastern, is that half-hour cocktails Q&A Zoom. And we really are going to try hard to keep it to a half an hour. So any other questions? We will, in the team pages, we will share some invite ideas with you. So if you're not even sure how to invite to this, there are some Instagram stories that you can use that we'll be using. There are some ideas for ways to invite. So we'll make sure that those are in the various team pages so that you have those. I think that's it. Unless anybody has a question, Monica. Catherine looks like.
I was just going to add, that's something that I would start inviting to now. I mean, if you look at the calendar, today's Tuesday, we kick off on Monday. So start breadcrumbing in your stories, get people interested. If there's anybody that you've ever invited that's like, oh, it's not the right time or whatever, they need to be invited to this. Everybody. You have nothing to lose to invite somebody to a free group. So definitely start inviting from now. And then, obviously do a call to action. If you guys don't know, what that looks like, we can also send you samples of that too. But definitely let this be your priority in the next few days so we can kick off on Monday.
And just to piggyback on that, we're kicking off on Monday, but we're going to have prep posts there starting on Friday. So ideally, your people would be in there by Friday.
And so the stories and stuff that you're talking about that you're going to put in like your team pages will be there soon. And then the link, have you guys already created it so we can share that too? Great.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Thanks, ladies.
Yeah. Anything else? Maybe we should have Lauren go live and just tell us how awesome this program is. I think that is that was an epiphany I had as we were sitting here.
It is awesome. I mean, everything you've dreamed of and more. I will warn you that the workouts, they add up. And so like when Autumn tells you to rest or stretch or whatever, you listen to Autumn. And I am really good at breaking the rules, but I will tell you during this 9 weeks, I didn't, because it's just insane. And like at the beginning, I'm like, that wasn't so bad. And then you get into like week 5 and you're like, my whole body hurts. Like,
do they ever get longer than 30 minutes?
With like warm up and cool down, like one day I think was like 38 minutes. But I don't know if that will change at all. Like if they're cutting any of that down, on all the like density, the DCTT, I don't know, I always mix up the letters. On all of those days, it takes a while to get into your workout. So like that's something good to know, because she goes over each move and you do that move, like 4 reps of that move, and there's 5 moves. So it takes a while, like she talks to you through the form. So it's usually, by the time I look down when we really start, it's like 6 to 7 minutes in. But then it's just like, you're just slammed the rest of that time. So
sounds
there's no
awesome.
time to think about how hard it is, because she keeps you busy. So I don't know. If anybody doesn't like this program, there's something wrong with them, because it's just so good. Everything gets done so efficiently, and I don't even know. I didn't even think I had weight to lose, and I lost almost 10 pounds. So
that's awesome.
I'm like, wow.
Well, if you feel like you have things on your heart that are a burden and you need to share them in our group, the floor is yours whenever you want it. So.
Okay. Just know that week, I think it's like week 5 or 6. I can't even remember. It's right around my conference week. And I was like, no, it's Hell Week. You can survive Hell Week. She prepares you for everything. Like, I don't know. You guys are going to love it. I can't wait to do it with people I know. That was the hardest part for me. I didn't know anybody. So it was like, I'm just posted in this group with a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great.
I love it. I love it.
All right, well, Jess, I'll let you take over.
Okay, thanks, Jen. First of all, Lauren, I'm just so proud of you for actually hitting Success Starter so that you could be in that test group, because if new coaches on here, if you are unaware, she earned her spot in that test group for 9-week Control Freak, which means she got to do it before any of us get to see it. So she's already experienced the entire program. It is a huge thing that Beachbody just started doing, I don't know, like a year or so ago. They didn't have that when I started coaching, so I didn't get the opportunity to be in a test group like that. That would have been just, oh my goodness, so incredible for me. But Success Starter is hitting Success Club. In your first 6 months, you hit it for 3 of those months. So when when I first started, it was you hit it in the first 3 months. So like, like you had to do, so they changed it up a little bit. So they gave you a little bit more grace, but really made it incredible. So just kind of put that in your head, especially my new coaches. Like Catherine, you've already hit Success Club your first month. So you hit it this month and you hit it your next month, you're going to get an invite to an upcoming program that you would be able to be in the test group for. Like that is insane. So congratulations, Lauren, for that. And I'm loving it that you're on our team and that you can share the inside skinny with us so that when we have questions, we can get those answered. You guys, I want to talk about 9-Week Control Freak, and I want to talk about the launch because we have people on this call who are brand new coaches, some who've been here a couple months, a few months, some have been here years, like Jen, Monica, and I. And I want to talk about not only the importance of a launch, but how you can take advantage of these upcoming 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 10 weeks, 18 weeks. First and foremost, hands up, please, if you are doing 9-Week Control Freak, like you are planning to do it, you already ordered it, you are doing the program. Perfect. Hands up, please, if you watched the National Wake Up Call with Autumn and Carl, either yesterday, you watched it, listened to it, whatever. Okay, if you have not had time to do that yet, and I totally understand because I actually listened to it tonight because that was the first time I had a moment, I highly recommend that because there's so many important parts to that National Wake Up Call that Carl talks about and Autumn talks about, and she answers for you. So questions are answered in that call. So I'm not going to spend our time tonight answering something that you're going to get from the National Wake Up Call. But what I do want to talk about is last time I was on here, we as a group talked a lot about submerging yourself in the trainings and the information. Because what happens is when you get excited about something that's coming, whether that's a new product that's getting ready to launch at the store and you're like, oh my gosh, you guys, I have to get there to get this, whatever it may be. For some people, it's the new drink at Starbucks. For other people, it's the new yoga pants that are coming out. For some people, it's makeup. For me right now, it's 9-Week Control Freak. And that is where I'm at. I'm so into it. The energy is so high. It's because I'm submerging myself in all of Autumn's content. And she's one of the best trainers that we have that puts out content for us that we can literally click that little arrow on Instagram and share it to our stories. If you're not familiar with that, that's a little trick I'm going to share with you guys here in a minute. But submerging yourself in the information, learning everything you can learn about it. You guys, there are so many resources that Beachbody puts together for us that we can go in our back office. We can click on that training button and we can get all of our answers. Anything that we have a question to, we can find the answer in that. If you have looked and you can't find it, ask us and we'll help guide you. But like I said, the National Wake Up Call was really, really informational and good. Also, if you are not in the Beachbody Champions page, if you're not in that Facebook group, please ask to join it. There is a training in there with Tanya, and she answered a bunch of questions, so that was really, really good. But they are constantly giving you information. So submerge yourself in the information in the training. That's my number one thing. Second, in that call with Carl and Autumn, and I loved this, Carl was starting off and he was introducing Autumn to the group, and he was talking about how a launch is more than one day. So we've already started to kind of get the buzz together, and we got really excited and we launched it to our coaches, right? And our teams we're doing it. So we purchased our stuff yesterday. People are excited. Your coaches have probably purchased. If you don't have a team yet, you're starting to talk about it with customers and clients, right? And he talked on the call about how a launch is more than one day. And he said he wanted you guys, or us, Team Beachbody, to really focus on having conversations and inviting people for the next 4 weeks. And Autumn got on the call and she said, Carl, if you don't mind, I'd like to just talk to that point. And I thought this was brilliant because we do this all the time, right? Where we're like, oh, we're gonna talk about it until this date, and then we just quit talking about it. Whereas Autumn said, you guys, I want you to give it your all and talk about it for the next 18 weeks. 18 weeks. So what she is telling us to do is we're having conversations now. I'm going to tell you how to do that because I know I have brand new coaches on here who are like, I don't even know where to start. I will give you some information in just a moment. But we're talking about it now. We've got our coaches ready, right? So now we have 2 weeks before our customers can get our hands on it. But how do we talk about that in a way that we're not just like, hey, to everybody, but we are truly doing that thing called breadcrumbing, which was that you, Monica, or Jen? One of you two said that. And if you don't know what breadcrumbing is, you guys, that's basically like leaving little hints along the way. Okay, so we're sharing little tiny pieces as we get up to this launch that's happening in 2 weeks. So our customers are going to be able to get their hands on it on the 21st, but if they don't know what we're talking about, and then on the 21st, we're like, hey, you want to do this with us? But they haven't seen the program. They don't know what we're talking about. They don't know who Autumn is. They don't know what the nutrition is like. They're going to be a little bit more hesitant, and they're not going to be ready to commit with us. Okay, so us doing the breadcrumbing now in our stories, in our post, is going to make a big difference when people get to that date and they have what we call FOMO, because they really want to do it, you guys. When they start seeing how excited we are, they're going to want to be in that group with us. So here's some suggestions on things that you can do and how you can talk about things now, even though we don't have the physical equipment in our hands. Okay, so I'm going to share with you, if anybody follows me or my stories, you may have seen a few things. Monica does an incredible job in her stories. If you guys are not following Monica yet, or Jen, if you want to follow them on Instagram, their stories are incredible. They actually do a much better job than I do, so peek on them. But you guys, things that you have control over that you can be sharing about: nutrition. Nutrition. We have access to both nutrition programs. You can be sharing that. If you have Shakeology, you can be sharing Shakeology in your stories. Today I shared a Tasty Tuesday recipe. It happened to be a Shakeology recipe. In my stories, I shared a picture of the ingredients, and then I shared a boomerang of me making the shake, and then I shared a picture of it. First of all, it was delicious. If you guys didn't get that recipe, go screenshot it off my Instagram stories because you should try it, and it's delicious. It's called the Gingerbread Man Shakeology recipe. I didn't even know I liked gingerbread as much as I did in the shake. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm having that tomorrow. It was so good, you guys. Like, I was shocked at how good it was. But sharing that, all right? Talking about the benefits of our nutrition, but more importantly, we're sharing how it makes us feel, right? We don't need to come out on Instagram and say, hey, you guys, I'm drinking this shake today. This is called Shakeology. It has blah, blah, blah in it. Nobody cares, okay? They want to know how you feel. What are the benefits? Why are you drinking it? I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I have been drinking this shake for over 5 years. That blows my mind away. When I think about that in actual numbers of how many days I have made and drank this shake, it's like, really? And I hate to say this out loud, especially with COVID. Let me just knock on some wood. I have been sick one time, and it was a cold for a day and a half. In 5+ years, you guys, I can hands down tell you it's the goodness of the superfoods that are in my shake. I know that. I know it makes me feel better. Those are the things I share about. I don't get on the Instagram stories and say, hey, you guys, I'm drinking this shake today because blah, 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 blah. I don't word vomit on them. I show them consistently that I'm drinking things, what my nutrition looks like. Monica is the absolute best person about meal planning on Sundays. If you ever want to see nutrition and get hacks, Monica is hands down the best person to follow when it comes to meal planning. She does her meal planning way different than I do, by the way. And so in that free group on Sunday when we share, I can't wait to share that because my meal plan prepping looks way different than Monica's. So I like that. I like to show people different ways to do it. But you guys, nutrition, you can control that and you can share that right now. The sample workout is live in Beachbody. It's in the tile. So if you go to 9 Week Control Freak, you will find the sample workout. It's a Tabata style workout. They did it and shared it with us. You don't need equipment for that. That is a perfect workout to do right now. Show a move or two to your followers in the stories, but add the component of, you guys, check out these moves that I got to try with the new program that's coming in 2 weeks. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Show them a move, encourage them to do it. Say, try it, tell me what you think. It's for 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Do that 2 times and tell me what you felt about it, or whatever. Like, engage with your followers, little breadcrumbs along the way. So sharing that workout or those workout moves is perfect. When your equipment shows up, this is going to be big. When your equipment shows up, unbox it for your people to see, okay? Be excited, set up the camera, show a little video, open it up, you guys, and be like, oh my gosh, at least this is how I'm gonna do it, because I am so stoked about this program. I'm gonna be like, oh my goodness, you guys, my box finally arrived. You've got to see, let's open it together. Just like Christmas morning, let's open the box, open it up, show your people what's in there. Show them the ball, show them the track, show them the wall calendar thing. Whatever you happen to have gotten in your box, unbox it. That's another way to show people and get your followers excited. Be excited. I know being on a video is not comfortable. Ask Jen and Monica and Becky. When I was first asked to do a video, I was like, I am not doing that. I am not doing that. It was so out of my comfort zone. It was the most uncomfortable thing that they could have asked me to do at that time. And here I am leading a call with all of your beautiful faces on it. Okay, we have to push past that if we truly are out there to help people. Because people won't know we can help them if we don't show them that that's what we're capable of doing. So you have to share that, and you have to share your excitement. Get excited about it. If before you go live, you need to pump up some music and dance around your house and then push that scary button, do it. If you need some support, like if you're going to do a Facebook Live and you need some support, text me first and I'll grab my phone up and I'll make sure I'm live so I can like put all the hearts and all the comments on there. Okay, we've got each other's backs. We can do that for each other. Nutrition, unboxing, I have a list here. So if you've already purchased 9 Week Control Freak, you have access to the first set of videos, okay? Which means that we have access to the controlled stretches that are set up for us to do at night. And if I'm correct on this, Lauren, you can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or unmute. They're very short, like 5 to 10 minutes. Is that correct? Yes. So the 5 to 10 minute at night controlled stretches, you guys, we can do those now. We can do those now. We can show a little video clip of that, share it on social, talk about what that did for you. After doing that for 5 days, did you notice a difference? Did you sleep better at night? Were you actually able to turn your brain off from your phone? The purpose of that, you guys, is to actually not have your phone after you do the stretch. So don't be doing it at 6 o'clock and then grab your phone back up and put your brain back into technology. That's not why she set it up like that. She wants it to be that moment of, in my house, my phone usually goes away at 8:30. 9 o'clock at the latest at my house, it gets plugged in, it's in another room, I don't see it. So if you guys are texting me or messaging me at night and you don't hear back from me until the morning, that's because my phone's already been put away. So I don't really have that difficulty, but some people really do. And so this program is set up that you will take your phone, put it away, do your controlled stretches, and then turn off your brain from technology and be able to sleep. Okay, self-care and sleep and rest are very, very important to Autumn. If you've done any of her programs before, she's talked a lot about it, but this is the first program where they actually integrated videos to help us accomplish it. So I love that part. So you guys can be sharing that right now for up until launch day on the 21st. Then continue to share those things afterwards. When she says to do it for 18 weeks, she's talking about continuously showing and sharing and putting those videos out there, showing the control track. How is that control track a piece of equipment that's truly going to be a game changer for us? All of those little tiny things will add to this being a very big launch for you, okay? Now there's two groups of people that I have witnessed over the last 5 years. And it was funny because they even talked about this on one of the calls I listened to. There are people who get really excited about a launch and they say the things that they're going to do, but they never do anything with it. And then there are people who take advantage of a launch and they talk about the things and they do the things and their business goes up. It takes off because they're actually doing those things. Either they're learning about or they're talking about it, they're breadcrumbing the things in their videos, they're sharing constantly and they're sharing their excitement, and their business takes off or goes up, all right? Because the momentum is there, the excitement is there, the conversations are happening, and the other group of people are like, oh, I want to take advantage of this launch, and then they don't do anything with it. Or they don't even complete the program. Like they'll start it, like they're excited about it for the first week, 2 weeks, and then they don't finish it. I'm going to encourage everybody on this call to be that other group. The group that does the program, like does all of the program, follows the calendar, follows nutrition. First of all, you will be the biggest winner out of that because your health and your nutrition will improve, right? And you will be able to bless other people with the things that you have learned from that. All right, let me see. Okay, those are my big things. So ask me questions. I know that there's some people on here who are like, well, what do I say? What do I do? How do I get people to hear me or whatever? So ask me your questions, and then Jen, Monica, and I will unmute and we will answer anything, because I know, because I remember what it felt like the first 3 months, 6 months, year and a half, when things would come up and I'd be like, how do I actually invite to that? What do I need to say to someone, right? How do I share my story? I still, honestly, I told Monica today, I haven't done a post in like days because I'm stuck. I'm in this moment of, I don't even know what to write at a post. I'm sharing stories, like it's fine, but for some reason, I don't know what I need to share. So I got to get past that. So I know that people on here are feeling something. So Lauren, did you want to say something? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say something else I thought people could talk about, and I don't know if it's released yet because I can't see it because it's not in my library yet, but there's going to be at least one, and I'll have to look back at the test group for how many, but some workouts that people who are traveling can do.
Oh, yes.
And all that you're required to bring is your track and those bands. So you don't need your step, you don't need weights. And I feel like that's a huge game changer, because a lot of times people get off track when they travel. And when you travel, you're staying somewhere that's going to have a door. I mean, I don't even have a door and I made it work. But if I were going to go stay at a hotel, I would have a hotel door. So it's totally doable. And so I think that's a huge piece too, because a lot of people are like, well, it's not a good time because it's the holidays and I'm still going to go visit my family or whatever. So just knowing that that's an option, I think is beneficial as well.
Yes.
Hey, Lauren, I was in my workout space. I have 4 doors. My front door is like ginormous tall, so I know I can't use that door. But then 2 of the doors are across from each other and the other one's at the end of the hall. So do you need, are we sticking our arms straight out?
The move that you need like the biggest amount of spaces. So do like a skier, like those skier jumps, like the side. What are
With
the?
the track?
I heard 6 feet.
Yeah,
I heard
probably
like
that's
kind of your zone
Yeah.
area needs to be about 6 feet is what I heard.
So the biggest thing, the 2 moves that took up the most space was that, like, you're jumping, doing the ski jump, and then later you're doing mountain climbers with the things around your feet. So like the handles go over your shoe, and so you're pulling your knees. So imagine mountain climbers now, plus you add this tension in. So you would need to be far enough away from that. So however tall you are, plus maybe the length of the band. So like Brian, you're probably taller than us. I don't know you, but plus
I mean, are you saying I'm not tall?
I mean, I don't think that you're 6+ feet. So yeah, I would say 6+, depending on your height, but it's not a whole lot of space. And people said you know, oh, okay, I didn't have space for that, so I just modified it. I mean, just go with the flow to a degree if you have to, but you should be fine with about 6 feet. And honestly, my track wasn't set up to where I could see the TV because of the spacing, and I had to move further away. So I got in maybe half of a round less than what I could have. I still got a great workout. I still made it work. So I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. And
Just make
thank
sure
you.
your step can also fit in that space. Like it's a wide enough space, if that makes sense. There's all sorts of fun things, guys. You're going to just love it.
I
I
can't
think
wait.
I have to
I'm
build
so
out
excited.
an extra workout room in my house or something.
I know. I wanted to take over like my husband's office, but he's working from home. Like I just wanted him to like clear it completely out. And he's like, I'm not displacing myself for you to be in a test group for 9 weeks. So I was like, okay.
Oh, I love it. To tag on to what Lauren said about those extra videos, I think it's a week long or something, put bonus videos together. Those are going to be great, especially when you are traveling, because you can take that equipment with you and it's very minimal. But I want you guys to be aware that there's also, when you look in your 9-week Control Freak, the Start Here section, when you click on that, you guys, please watch those videos. Watch every single one of them, because there's answers that you're going to have questions asked of you from customers and potential clients and other coaches. The answers are right there. And I'm telling you, I watched the Getting Started video, which is 6 minutes. There's a control track door installation. You guys, it's 2 minutes. It shows you exactly how to put it up on the door. You should watch that because someone's going to ask you, like, well, how do I put it up on the door? What kind of door am I going to need? Watch that video. There's a one on nutrition. It's 3 minutes. The supplements, you guys, again, I've been drinking Shakeology for 5 years, but I have been drinking Energize and Recover for probably the last 2.5, maybe 3 years. I'm telling you, not everybody believes in all supplements. And I was one of those people who were like, I don't know what the big deal is. What my husband used to do supplements that were from a different company, and he would buy them. And I'm like, what? I don't understand why you're doing this post-workout thing, until I discovered Recover. You guys, post-workout Recover. If you haven't tried it and you need to try one, I have some individual packets I will mail to you so that you can feel the difference of a real hard workout with and without Recover. Because there are moments where I'm like, I don't know how I would move today if I didn't have Recover. So I firm believer, when I started drinking the supplements and using the supplements, they really do enhance your performance. There's also in here a control track wall mount installation. I personally have a pocket door in my workout space, so my tracker or my control track will not go on that. So I'm going to have to mount it to the wall. It's going to be super easy. They actually made it way easier than the people in the test group who were trying to come up with all these kinds of ideas. I was watching what Lauren and all these people were doing, and again, our company is brilliant, you guys. They truly do try to think of the easiest and safest way. They have come up with a brilliant solution. It's in the video. Watch the video, super easy. Also, there will be things that need to be printed out, so make sure that you and your customers know that. There are section in here for program materials. It has, depending on what you ordered, you should get a workout calendar in your box and a brag board in your box. But there are control trackers like papers. Sorry, I printed mine. Let me get back on the screen here. So they look like this. There we go. And this is for each phase. So there's 3 phases in the program. So just note that if you don't want to print those out, I would suggest you get a little notepad or something so you can keep track of your weights you're using, all that kind of stuff. Again, if you're tracking that, it's easy to track your progress when you're going through the program and sharing those things with people who are watching you, because progress is what people want to see and ultimately what we want to get if we're going to be putting all this work into a program. Okay. Also, Monica.
Can I say one thing, Jess?
I'm sorry, Jen, go. Yes, sorry.
Can I just say one thing? So also in this free group, you will learn a lot because we talk about those 5-day take them with you workouts. We talk about the right before you go to bed, this is what you should do. So like morning, we're going to talk about our general groups, but in the evening, we are going to touch on the specifics of this program. So you might learn something yourself. I did when I was prepping for the group.
Are you going to suggest people use like the meditation or something like that for that free aspect
So
of it?
let me, I can show you real quick, maybe if I can find it. Yeah,
While
so
you're
in
looking, oh, go ahead, sorry.
In the schedule for the week, it has a workout for the morning. Sorry, I'm learning how to use the Mac and I'm not good at it. There it is. Okay. It has in the morning a workout, and then in the evening, I'm going to try to share this for real. Monica, I need you to come over here and teach me all the things. Share. I can't, I just had to find the picture. Here it is. Okay. So do you see this? Except for all the
Yes.
things in front of it. So they've got a workout, and then it's one of the, so we've got a lift 4 stretch on Monday. You've got PM meditation with B. So that's one of the meditation tile. This is the core to force one. So there's a couple, so there's some from programs and there are some from the meditation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But this is what they'll get to do. Sound good?
Okay. Nice. All right. Anyone else? Also, if you were doing 9-week Control Freak, you should have gotten an invite, or you can click on a link for Autumn's VIP 9-week Control Freak group. I believe that's what it's called. I will share it. But in there, they put together units, and it has a ton of resources for you guys. But there's one in particular, and I think that's where I got it, Monica. That's why I was talking to you a second ago to see if you could help me. But there's one, it says 3-step launch plan. It gives you, you guys, this is really helpful. It was in the unit section. I will share this as well in my team page. I'll just put it in the file section. But this talks about key dates. It talks about launch group. It talks at the bottom, it has a calendar that kind of helps just keep you on track. So like today's the 8th, so it says follow up with your share carts that weren't ordered. So if you guys had sent share carts out, this would be a good time to follow back up with them if they didn't purchase yesterday. Daily engagement with your group, share your journey. So it's encouraging you to share via post or social media and your stories about what you're experiencing thus far, but it has like a calendar of to-do things. Because I know some people are like, I don't even know where to start. Sometimes you just need a posting idea, right? Well, this might help with that. So I will share that with you guys who might find that helpful. Other questions? Yes, Monica, please go ahead.
I was just going to add, it's also in the back office. So there's 3 pieces in the back office. This one that she shared, the product training guide. So guys, every single launch, I print this out and I learn. It's just a 2-pager, 4-pager technically, and I learn everything. It's just very simple. So this is all in the back office. So that one, the 3-step launch, and then the pre-order commitment tracker. I don't know if you guys know, but every program has this. So let's say like these are my coaches who purchased on the 7th. And so anybody that tells me they're interested, I'm going to write it on there. It literally has name, email, and then all the different packs, and all you need to do is just like, you know, mark on there. So then when you're ready to send out your link, you know, you can look in one place and already have everything there for you. And then of course, on the back or in the same PDF, they have all the pricing for Canada, UK, France, like they have everything. So definitely print these out. It's just a very quick reference for you guys. And the last thing I want to say, everything that Jess and Jen said was amazing. Like you guys make this so big, Like If you didn't get people signed up on the 7th, that's okay. We still have every single day from now until January, till whatever. You have the chance to make this big. And the one thing I really want to stress is December is not a sexy month for nutrition and fitness. Nobody gives it about that. People, I'm posting stuff and I get like 0 posts or 0 likes, 1 like, I don't care. What I'm doing is I'm telling people I'm a coach. And when you're ready, I'm going to be able to help you. And it doesn't matter that people are not paying any attention to it because people are focused on the holidays and all that, but you need to be seen. You need to be seen. Even if you get no attention, please post. Please share, because people are going to remember you when it's time. One more thing, sorry. If you've ever done an autumn program, ever, you need to share about that, because she is the trainer. You need to, if you don't know what program to be doing now, do an autumn program. Share about her, like share your results, like anything that you've ever experienced from her, share that, because you want people to be comfortable with you, but also her, like get her style of doing things. She's a no BSer. Like she just gets to it, and a lot of people don't like her, but guess what? They get results. And you just need to get excited about that. So please start sharing now. I don't care if it's December or not. People need to know that you're a coach, because all these things are great that we've talked about tonight. But if you start inviting people and they're like, I didn't even know you were a coach, or I didn't even know that you did that, like they're going to be really confused. So start with, if you've never done like a coming out story of you're a coach or this or that, don't be afraid, guys. Just do it. Seriously, you have nothing to lose. Just be seen and have fun with it. That's it.
Thank you, Monica. And I love that, because just like Monica said, there's a lot of people right now who, I guess for my people, it's kind of split, right? I have people who are like, yes, let's go, all in. And then I have people who are like, we're struggling to pay for Christmas. I won't have anything till January. I get it, right? But if I'm not sharing now, they don't know who to come to in January. They don't know who to come to in February when it is the right time or it is the right fit. That's why when we're asking you to do certain things and to continue to show up, and when Autumn says to continue to show up for 18 weeks, it's because if the more that people know you exist and you didn't just fall off the planet like almost everybody else does, and they know they can trust you and they know that you're still there, then when they are ready, they'll think of you because they've been watching you, okay? And we say this all the time. I have people who say yes immediately when I ask them, and I have people who wait 3 months, 6 months. I have people who 3 years later were ready, and I was the person that they reached out to because I had planted that seed. So plant those seeds now, you guys. Continuously inviting people. It's okay for them to say no. That is no reflection of you. That just means they're not ready yet. Okay? Anybody have questions? Last time I bailed very quickly and did not get a photo, so I'm going to quit recording here. And if it's just the bottom one here.